Hey guys, how's it going today? I thought I'd build a tier list for you guys and show you guys who my favorite killers in the game is. Now, whenever we get to looking at this, here's my top categories, my top 5 favorites. A great time, solid fun, this is rough, I'd rather be doing anything else. That one's actually in the wrong spot. Lame, I'd rather be doing anything else, and then there's a few killers I've never played, so they're gonna be down here. But, so this tier list is purely off of who I enjoy playing. It has nothing to do with if they're the greatest killer in the game. This is not a tier list on skill, just who I enjoy playing as. So we'll try to move through this pretty quickly. We got a lot to go through, so let's just get to it. So right off the bat, we have Trapper. It can be very rewarding whenever you get people to step in his traps, but he also is very like the one of the worst killers in the game, and just you really feel weak when you play him. We might end up getting rid of one of these tiers, but we'll stick with it for now. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in. This is rough. He's not quite. We're just gonna go ahead and get rid of this row. So he's not quite in I'd rather be doing anything else, but he's down there. Like I would rather not really play him. I don't know. Okay, so moving on to Wraith. He is actually pretty fun, especially whenever you start messing on with his add-ons and stuff. I wouldn't call him a great time. Like, he's not right. I almost want to say this is S tier, and this is like right below. I don't think he quite goes into that. So he's above Trapper for sure. Like I said, his ability's real fun. You can really mind game, and then you have the whole stealth mechanic. So moving on to Hillbilly. He's a pretty good time. It really depends on the map. If you're gonna do well, and then whenever you're, which this is with anyone, whenever you're doing good with him, it's really satisfying. It's just when you're not doing good with him, it's pretty rough. So I think that's what keeps him from being great, is that depending on the map and depending on just if you're having a bad day, it's bad. You know what I mean? So we're not going to really worry about as much inside of here if he's better than Wraith or not. They're just on the same level. Okay, so Nurse, um, she's pretty okay. I don't really like find myself like reaching for her that much. Like if I'm doing a challenge or something, I don't like dread whenever I get to her. But just as like I'm not really like reaching for her. So um I am gonna add one more tier. Let's do that real quick. So there we are. We're actually gonna put her. We added a new one called "Not Reaching For" because I feel like these people. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely wanting. I'm more excited and more thinking, what cool things can I do with these? When it comes to Nurse, it's kind of like meh. And then yeah, of course, Trapper. This is just rough. So, Michael Myers. I have not played him since his rework, so I almost want to put him in Never Played, but because I have played him before, I'm actually gonna put him in This Is Rough. I don't really enjoy playing him a whole lot. He's not quite I'd rather be doing anything else. Because I do like the whole stealth mechanic. Um but overall he's always kind of been like a weaker killer. He just watches the people do the gens for him, and now with him with the rework, I think he like moves a whole lot faster, and it's like, well, he's not even Michael Myers no more. He's just a fast dude who can one shot down. So I don't know. And if I want a fast guy who can one shot down, I'd rather play Hillbilly or someone. So but yeah, I'm gonna play him. This is rough. So the Hag, probably the least picked killer in the whole game consistently. And whenever I first started playing her, I actually pretty enjoyed her. So I'm almost tempted to put her in solid fun, but I'm gonna put her not reaching for, because I really just don't find myself. She's kind of boring. They've really nerfed her pretty bad with people being able to just swipe out her ability that she draws on the ground. So this is actually this tier list is kind of getting wild. Putting Hag and Nurse on the same tier is kind of nuts. But yeah, like I don't hate her. I don't like dread her like a lot of people do. Like I see people like rolling their eyes or whatever whenever they have to play her, but I don't mind it. I definitely don't like her as much as when I first started, but she's just a different character all around. All right, so moving on to the Doctor. I enjoy him pretty well. I think I'm gonna put him in solid fun. He's really good at tracking. He doesn't really like have much else going for him, but he can find people really fast, which makes it like you feel like you're always doing something. There's never any downtime, which is the best part of him. When there's downtime, this game gets really boring. Like being able to just find people and just keep moving. That's the best part of this game. So he's pretty and he's pretty easy to learn. He's definitely like noob friendly, and he's got some cool vibes about him. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in solid fun. I don't think he's quite great. We might end up moving some people around, but from right here, this is where we're going with there. So okay, Huntress. She is crazy fun, and you can do some really wacky stuff with her. I think she's gonna be my first great time. She's not quite in my top 5 favorite killers, but I think I'd rather play her than anyone else on this. I think she's my most played killer according to the like DVD statistics and stuff, and she's just really cool. You can come up with a whole bunch of different wacky perk combinations. You could try to go for cross maps. You can just do like you can do a bunch of challenges with her, like I don't know. There's countless videos on YouTube of what people have done with her. She's got really cool prosthetic. She's got really cool like aesthetic and costumes or whatever you want to say. She's just a really cool character all around. She's not quite my top 5, but she's probably number 6. So she's definitely up there for me. She's definitely grown. All right, so moving on to Bubba. He's another one that I always kind of feel mean when I'm playing him because he just feels very like uncounterable. I know good players can counter him and stuff, but every time I play him, I'm like, I would hate to be on the receiving end. So that kind of brings down my fun a little bit. But him himself is pretty cool, but he's also very basic. I feel like I'd rather play Billy than him, but he's not quite. This is rough. So I'm think I'm gonna put him on the same. I'm just not reaching for him. I don't hate him, but I'm not like really wanting to play him either. So here might be our first straight up wild card of the video. I'm actually going to put Freddy in my top 5 favorite killers, which is insane because he used to not be anywhere near my top 5. And ever since his newest rework with the fake pallets and with his like ranged attack, I always am finding myself like whenever I'm looking at like what video I should make, I'm always looking at Freddy, and I'm always like, is it too soon? Have I posted too much Freddy videos? Because I just really enjoy him as a whole. My one complaint is his cosmetics suck. He's got no cosmetics other than like the bloody outfit, but yeah, he's a pretty cool killer. He's definitely in my top 5. He's not my number 1, but he's up there. All right, moving on to the pig. This is kind of rough. I don't know if I'd really like to play her that much. She's very basic. I've heard that she's better now. Her lunge tech is way better, but I'd rather play like other stealth killers or other characters with built-in slowdown. Like it feels like everything that she does, there's a different killer that does it better that I enjoy more. So I'm gonna put her in This Is Rough. She could probably teeter into not reaching for because I don't like dislike her. I feel like I dislike these two way more than her. But we're gonna put her right there. So now moving on to the clown. He was probably my first main, if I had a main when I first started playing this game. He's just very simple. A lot of people do not like playing against him or even playing as him. They say he's just very boring. But he's always been he's always had a spot in my heart just because he was kind of my first. I don't know if I want to put him quite into a great time, but I'm gonna put him in solid fun. I feel like him and Doctor, I can put them kind of in the same category. I feel like this is a good spot for him, and he's got like a whole his cough and everything. His whole vibe is just raunchy, I guess. So yeah, that looks right to me. So moving on to the Spirit now. She's a very difficult killer to play, but she's definitely not as strong as she used to be. Whenever I first started, I don't think there was any directional audio when she was phasing. There is now, but it's still ain't the greatest. So there's at least a little bit of counterplay, and she used to be considered S tier. I don't think she is now. So with that being said, I'm not also the greatest with her because she's so hard to figure out. But I also enjoy her quite a bit. Whenever I get to play her, I'm kind of like, oh, I get a little bit more practice. I'm not really reaching for them though. I'm not really like, oh, let's play the spirit. So maybe, yeah, maybe not reaching for might be the best spot for the spirit. Okay, moving on to the Legion. This is a character I've always kind of had mixed feelings about. Um, it seems like I never want to play them, but when I do, I'm like, oh, this character's pretty fun. And I always seem to do pretty well because they're very like new player friendly. Like new players hate playing against them because they're so worried about being injured. So they're instead of doing the generators, they're so worried about healing themselves. And then they got a ton of cosmetics. They got some of the coolest cosmetics in the game if you're all about that. So where am I gonna put them exactly? Probably not reaching for. There's a lot of characters that are gonna be in not reaching for, it looks like. But yeah, I'm just not, I don't know. I'm not gonna put them in this as ref. But yeah, I think that's probably right. Okay, Plague. This I almost want to put her in. I'd rather be doing anything else. You guys have seen the Adept videos if you've watched that, and this killer was easily the my biggest, hardest killer. I know the pros, and it seems like the people who've like spent thousands of hours in this game really love the Plague. I guess because of her complexity, but I think maybe it's that complexity that's pushing me away as a halfway newer player, and her I just don't like her vibe, the throwing up and the projectile. Like it seems almost like random. Like it's like that. Why isn't that hitting? So yeah, I think I'd rather play these three than play Plague. So I think that's where I'm gonna put her. All right, moving on to Ghostface. This is actually probably my favorite killer in the game. Ghostface is definitely up there for me. I know he's probably the weakest killer in the game, but just his simple stealth and it's just simple looping. It's just simple. There's no ranged attacks. There's no teleporting. There's no turning invisible. It's just a guy with a knife. And I feel like he is just kind of core Dead by Daylight. I know he can one shot down people, and but he's about the basic as it gets. There's definitely some more basic people, but I just really like him, and I use his perks constantly on different killers, and he's got some of the coolest cosmetics in the game. So he might be my number one. He's definitely in my top five. All right, moving on to the Demogorgon. I forgot his name there for a second. He's kind of one that I never love playing as. I never don't like. Some people say that he's probably the most balanced killer in the game. But he kind of, I don't know. I don't really use his teleporters a whole lot. So when I think of him, I just more think of like it's a killer with a crazy lunge attack, which ain't bad. And I do need to get better with him. That's definitely like a complaint. Or that's not really a complaint. That's just I need to get better. But do I really like want to play him? I guess I'm looking like, would I rather play these people over him? I think I'm gonna put him in the same category. I feel like I'd rather play the clown in them, but I would not rather play the pig. So I think this is a fair um place. All right, so now we have the Oni, which this guy is like the snowballing master of this game, and he can be so much fun whenever you're really good with him. And yeah, I think I'm gonna put him in solid. I'm gonna put him in a great time. I think that looks right. That whenever you can, he's almost like Billy in that he's map dependent and stuff. But I don't. I almost feel like he's not as map dependent in a crazy way because he can. Even when he has his ability, he doesn't have to be sprinting to one shot. Yeah, it makes more sense to, but he could be walking around and get his one shot. And then his whole vibe, like he's just a very cool character. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put him in a great time. All right, moving on to the Death Slinger. Um, I think he's probably my biggest like 4K killer in the game. As of late, so I think I gotta put him in my top five favorite killers. He's he's almost like I have to put him up there. I don't like I don't know. It's not that I dislike him. It's that I just kind of feel cheesy. Like, oh, of course he likes the guy he wins with, but I win with him. So I mean, I'm not going to say I dislike him. And then he's got a very cool mechanic. You know, he's got the ranged attack. His whole vibe is very cool. He's got Dead Dog Saloon. You know, he's got a very cool map with his vibe and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in my top five. All right, moving on to the Pyramid Head. He is very much like a good at a few things, but not really like a master at any, you know? And his coolest mechanic is the cage mechanic where he can just instantly hooks people. But that being said, I don't feel like he's that strong of a killer. And I almost want to put him in This Is Rough. I like his vibe and everything, but I don't feel like I really want to play him a whole lot. I feel like I'd rather play all these people more. I know that if I keep looking at the hag, I'm like, what is a hag doing there? But it's kind of true. I feel like I would rather play hag. Um, yeah, I might end up moving people around, but this is how we're gonna stick it right now. And like I said, um, this ain't really like within the tiers. It doesn't really matter. It's more just are they above or below? Like all these people are on the same level is what I'm saying. Okay, so the Blight is up next, and I almost never play the Blight. I almost feel like I'm not good with him, so I don't mess with him. Like it feels like you have to pull out a protractor and like figure out all these angles and everything to play him. But he's really fun to play against. I really enjoy playing against him. So he's gonna be harder for me to rank here because I just never really play him. I have played him in the past, so I almost want to put. But I feel like if I was to play him, I'd have some fun. I'm just gonna put him and not reaching for because I that's the truth. I'm just not reaching for him. Okay, the twins. This is one of them killers that I got into whenever I first started playing. Whenever I first started playing this game, the twins was the newest killer. So every killer after this, I was more or less playing when they got launched. I took a break for a few years, for a little bit there, but the twins was the new season when I joined, and so I bought them, and I started like getting like kills like crazy. She was probably my highest killed character, but then I started watching people, and it's because she's so like you have to work in teams to counter her. She's so like she's very hard to like public matches. So it's kind of cheesy to play as her, and she's kind of clanky. Her powers kind of it doesn't work all the time, and her aesthetic is horrible. I swear, if they were to change her vibe, um, I bet her pick rate would probably double as strong as she is if she just visually looked different. If it like scrap everything about it and just start from the ground up. So I'm actually gonna go with okay, I probably would put her in solid fun, but I feel like because I don't play her, because I feel like a dick when I do, I think that's going into not reaching for. I think that I don't. You shouldn't really care what the survivors are thinking, but that's always going to be in the back of my head, and that's going to bring her down a little bit. All right, moving on to Trickster. I play this guy on occasion. He's all right. He's another one that's kind of like a lot of people complain about how there's like no counterplay. So I kind of feel bad when I play him, but I also feel like I'm not good enough for you to complain. I guess like I haven't gotten to the point where I'm just destroying with him. Um, I almost want to put him in This Is Rough actually. Like when I play as him, I'm just not really having a good time. I'm kind of just like, eh. I'd rather play the Huntress. It's more satisfying. I'd rather play Deathslinger. It's more satisfying. So, just from having fun, I don't think I really have a whole lot of fun playing him. Okay, the Nemesis. This guy, I think he's going into solid fun. I'd say he might be a great time, just because he's very his whip mechanic is so fun. He's not very like lore accurate, I guess. Like a lot of people complain about that, but his running animation and his like brutality is very cool, and I really like it. And then his zombies, I always have fun with his zombies. Like when I run him, I usually put all my add-ons towards helping the zombies and stuff, just because they're kind of a dumb little gimmick, but they're like whenever they can get it down for you, it's so satisfying. So yeah, he may move up to a great time depending on how it looks whenever we get to the end here. But for the starter, he's gonna be in solid fun for sure. Okay, so this is Pinhead. Um, he's very like slows down the game, gets everyone off the generators, and I don't really love playing against him because of that, especially like in solo queue. Like if you got four friends who are playing this game, I'm sure he's no problem, but I never do. So he's really a problem when it comes to solo queue. But playing as him, he's not bad. Um, he's actually pretty enjoyable, but I think I just got to put him in not reaching for, just because I'm not reaching for him. So yeah. Okay, every time I play the artist, I have a crazy amount of fun, and her vibe is just really cool. So I think I'm gonna put her in solid fun, which I think is actually gonna move. I want to move Nemesis up a branch. Um, yeah, I feel like I'm just getting a little bit heavy and then not reaching for. I guess it just shows I don't play a whole lot of the killers, a whole lot, which there's a lot to choose from. So, yeah, I think I'm okay with that with the artist because she's very strong, but like she's very unique. She doesn't feel like, oh, she's just the huntress that can go through walls or something. She's very different. So I think I'm okay with this so far. Okay, the Onryo, she's cool. I'm gonna put her in solid fun as well. I think I just really like stealth killers, and other than Ghostface, she's probably my favorite stealth killer. But she's kind of weak as well. But she does have the teleporting ability, so I don't know. There's some give and take to her. Um, I've never really been able to like I forget what's called, condemned or something. Whenever you can condemn everyone, I never really play for that. I more just play to get stealthy hits and move on. So it's just kind of a one hit and run play style, which I don't hate. A lot of people don't like it, but I don't hate it. So we'll put her in solid fun for now. Okay, the dredge. I remember whenever he got added, I was very much like, "Oh, this is just the Onryo," but he doesn't teleport to TVs. He teleports to lockers, and then instead of turning invisible, he makes everything dark. So I've always been like they're very similar, but I feel like he's pretty solid fun too. I feel like I almost want to put him. I enjoy playing him. I don't play him a whole lot, but when I do, I enjoy it. So yeah. All right, we got Wesker up now. So I stopped playing around this time whenever he was big, and apparently he got spammed to death. So I'm kind of glad I missed that because I do not enjoy playing against him like at all. I don't really enjoy playing as him either. So I might put him in this is rough, which might be insane. Um, no, I'm gonna put him in not reaching for. I feel like he's kind of on the same level as Spirit, as Nurse. Like I play him, but I'm not. I'm just not. Unless somebody asks me to or something, I'm not gonna be playing him a whole lot unless I think of a crazy build or something that would work on him. So yeah. Okay, so here's the knight, and here's probably one of my bigger controversies. I do not like the knight, and I'm not gonna be playing him like at all because I don't like the whole like AI mechanic of his power. I don't like how you can just send somebody out and they'll kill him for me. I think it's a very cheesy killer. I just don't. I've had it played against me a whole lot, and every time I play against him, it just ruins my mood. I'm like, this guy has no. It does it for him. The killer's not earning it in my head. I know he's not the strongest killer, but I don't know. I've just never really vibed with him. So he's definitely, I'm gonna put him in. I'd rather just be doing anything else. Okay, so here's my first never played. I have not purchased or played the Skull Merchant. Whenever there was that huge controversy when she first came out, and I kind of like refused to buy her because I was like, if I'd play her, everyone's just gonna leave anyway. And then I didn't want to like contribute to that 3 gen meta that was big when she first came out, so I just never bought her. And then now years later, I still haven't bought her. So I probably am gonna buy her soon though. I've been thinking about making a video with her just to see what she's like after 13 reworks. So I have no idea what she's even like nowadays. But I've just never played her, so I don't think it's fair for me to rank them. So that's why we have never played. All right, now we have the singularity, and this guy is insanely difficult. He's got like a high skill ceiling as well as like a high skill gap. Like you can tell when somebody's new with this guy, and I just don't think the reward is worth the work. Like I feel like I've always felt like he's just the nurse with 15 steps. Like he can't just teleport to you. He's got to shoot you twice, and then like lock on, and then there's a slow animation. Like he's very cool aesthetically, and I wish I liked it more, but I just don't. I'm not gonna put him in quite. I'd rather be doing anything else, but I think he's definitely and this is pretty rough. Okay, so now we got the xenomorph, or I don't know what it's called in this game. I'm just gonna call him the xenomorph. And I was so disappointed with this character whenever they added him because I'm a huge Alien fan. And his ranged attack, maybe it's better now, but it used to be like super strong, like to the point where it's like there was no counterplay. And then I don't know, he always kind of seemed like very Demogorgon y. Like he's got the teleporting and then a ranged attack. Well, the Demogorgon's got teleporting and a lunge attack. So I don't know, and I wish they did more with like the face huggers. I wish that was more part of their power. I don't hate the flamethrower mechanic that the survivors can set up like the flamethrower turns. I have heard complaints about that, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna put him in this as rough as well. Which I like the alien map. I like the Nostromo wreckage map, but I just don't see myself really ever getting into the xenomorph. All right, we have Chucky up now, and this guy is just straight solid fun. He might be a great time, honestly. His whole voice lines and everything, I think that's what brings it up for me. And he's in third person, which is very different, which is something I don't think at this point with any of the killers we had ever seen a third person. And then he's got some really cool skins, like he can play as Tiffany, and I think he's weaker now than he was at launch. At launch, I guess he was completely broken, but I think now you gotta earn it a little bit more. And he is just like he's just like a lunge attack killer. He's kind of basic, but mix the semi stealthiness and then the lunge attack, and then his voice. Like I said, his voice lines are what push him up for me. He'd probably be in solid fun, but I think he goes into a great time for me. Okay, so now we start getting into some good ones. The unknown. I hated him at first. I did not like this guy at all. I was horrible with him, but the more I play him and the better I get with him, this guy is definitely at least solid fun, if not a great time. I really like his whole vibe. I really love his lore and everything. And then his skins are really cool. So just visually, he's a cool guy. And then he's got like the grenade launcher ability and the teleporter. Like this guy is sick. I almost want to put him in a great time, but we're gonna wait and see. I might end up moving some people around, but this is where he's at for now. All right, so now we have the Lich or Vecna, and I'm gonna put this guy in my top 5. He's just very cool with the like 4 different abilities and the weapon wheel. I just really enjoy it. I think that he probably has like with the weapon wheel, it's probably the slickest being able to choose his ability we have it to date. Instead of having to sit there and cycle through your powers, you can just, I don't know. I just really like visually. I wish more of the killers had the weapon wheel visually, I guess. And then he's got the hand that holds up the pallets. He's got the ranged attack. He's got the sphere. Like he's not very strong, but when you can like use all your abilities in one chase, he's really satisfying. And he's got an okay vibe to him, and I don't really love his map, but just speaking about him, I think he's definitely in my top 5. Okay, so this is gonna be probably my craziest take. I almost want to put him in never played because I've only ever played one game with him, and I did not enjoy it at all. So I feel like I have to put him in. I'd rather play playing anything else, which I think is crazy. This is probably my most wild take of the video because I've been told that he is probably S tier, if not like A plus tier as far as skills. But I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't like that. That's our Dracula. Is this guy? I wish they had done a different Dracula. Um, I don't know. I just don't really like the whole turning into a dog, which I do know that's how it is in the book and stuff. But I feel like if I'm playing as a dog character, I'd rather be playing as the Houndmaster. Which actually puts us right segue. That's a good segue to our next character, which is the Houndmaster, and she's gonna finalize my top 5 killers. Her brutality, her just whole vibe, I love it. Her like, I don't know, she's just like a brute walking around, and she's got this big dog, and if you can get good with a dog, it's insane. So that's gonna finalize my top 5 favorite killers in the whole game, and then we'll just move on to the next. So now we got the Ghoul. This is another character that I kind of just refuse to play, because I feel like it's too easy. I think they've nerfed him or something now, but it used to be the first hit was pretty much like a lock-on hit, and I always was like, that takes no skill. So he's probably gonna be my least picked player. He's definitely gonna go in here, and I'd rather be doing anything else. All right, so moving on to Springtrap. This guy I wish I was better with, but I'm just not good with, I guess. His vibe is cool. I'm a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Um, and I'm so glad they brought Springtrap into this game, but I'm just not good with him. And I don't know. I want to get better with him. I think I'm going to put him in Solid Fun. I feel like I'd rather play him than all of these people. Yeah, but he's probably on the same as these. If Yeah, some of these guys might move up to a great time at some point here in a minute. But I think for right now, I'm gonna put him in Solid Fun. I think as I get better with his axe throws, um, I'll like him more. And then whenever I get more fluid with his teleporting, like I feel like I have to sit there and read it every time because I always forget how do you use his lockers. So if I was like quicker with it, you could definitely. I see the potential in this killer right now. So here's actually gonna be my second never played character. It's the first, I think is his name. He's from Stranger Things. I've just never bought him. I don't really know why. I just never have. I've never. I don't even know what his power is. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I played against him, and I think he can teleport or something. I don't really remember. I think he kind of reminded me of Freddy, so maybe I would really enjoy him if I played him, but I just haven't, so I'm not going to give an opinion on him. Okay, the Kursu, I just got done recording some gameplay playing as her, and I don't know. Her vibe is sick. I love that it's like a mythical creature. It's not like a from a movie or something. So I want to see them keep doing that. But she's not the strongest. I don't think. So I think where does that leave me? Would I put her above these people? I don't know. I feel like Solid Fun is fair. I feel like yeah. I feel like I'm as much. I feel like her and Springtrap fun wise are similar. That I'd probably play them about the same amount of time. Okay, since finally we're down to our guy Jason. Um, I almost want to put him in a great time because he really is fun. But I also feel like is that just the honeymoon phase? So I think he's gonna be barely in Solid Fun. Yeah. And then I'm gonna take a second and kind of look at this and move some people around if I don't like it. All right, I think that's where I'm gonna end. That's where I'm gonna end it. So I ended up moving the clown and the unknown up to a great time. I just really like them both, and I feel like they're worth that, and I feel like I had too many people in sod fun. So maybe this kind of shows how balanced everything is, I guess. Like with there being a lot more towards the middle, they're all kind of fun. There's only a few that are like insanely fun, and then a few that I just don't like at all. So um yeah. What do you guys think? Tell me who your favorite killers are, and tell me who you just do not like playing at all. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and thanks for watching.